I always thought the removal of toes with a bolt cutter was rather humane. As I said to a mate of mine, Linus Patrick Driscoll, who was head of a group called the Toe Cutters in the late 60s and early 70s, I thought that cutting people's toes off with a bolt cutter was rather puffy. I thought it was rather effeminate.
Why is that?
I like a blowtorch, you know? The smell of burning flesh in the air.
The year was 2000, when Australian director Andrew Dominik, who went on to direct Killing Him Softly and my personal favorite, Assassination of Jesse James, came at us with his directorial debut with a hard-hitting, violent biopic, Chopper.
Australia's most keen.
Do I look like Mother Teresa to you? Keith seems to have done himself a mischief.
The film is based on Mark Chopper Reed, who was a notorious underworld figure in Melbourne, Australia during the 70s and 80s. His criminal exploits and willingness to resort to extreme violence, whether on the streets or in prison, came to worldwide prominence in a 1991 famous televised interview, which director Andrew Dominik used as a framing device for this film.
I don't think I want to play.
Are you ready? You don't want to play. Bad luck.
Now, going into production of Chopper, Andrew Dominik realized one crucial thing. The film would live or die on who was cast as Chopper. And Andrew Dominik found his lead in an unsuspecting place. Stand-up comedy. Eric Bana, who at the time was a stand-up comedian, and Andrew Dominik saw something special in Bana, and his gut decision was spot on. When Bana was cast, Bana dove deep into this role, bulking up his physique and studying interviews of Chopper, creating a fearsome and brutal man. In fact, there's a scene, without spoiling anything, in the movie that shows us what kind of man Chopper is when he is stabbed by his best friend Jimmy. Yet, Chopper just keeps right on talking as if nothing had happened. And it's Chopper's complete lack of concern and his casualness about this that's ultimately terrifying. He's a man that doesn't demand you respect him. He's a man that demands that you fear him. Chopper is also a man who thrives off chaos and senseless act of violence. Yet even though Chopper commits these horrendous acts, we also see throughout the film his deep-rooted insecurities. And it's here where Andrew Dominik makes an interesting choice by wisely deciding not to offer a psychological explanation for Chopper's morality and insecurities, but rather provides us with just enough clues into his psyche by showing us brief moments between him and his dad, who constantly belittles him, his jealous relationship with his girlfriend, and he's constantly looking over his shoulder. Also, after Chopper commits a violent act, it's interesting, he immediately feels a lot of remorse, even apologizing to the victim for what he did.
Look. Shit. You alright? Oh, fuck, I'm sorry, mate.
And if this is real remorse or not, it's all combined with Eric Bana's incredible charismatic performance, where we strangely start to sympathize with him when we shouldn't. And this is the part of the movie where we as an audience feel a moral dilemma of our own. And it's Eric Bana's performance that's the key to the film, by creating a truly believable character that's also very unforgettable, with his charm, wit, his crazy sense of humor.
You got yourself a family now, Jim. Hey, little girl, hello. That's lovely, mate.
But also his socio-psychopathic acts, where we feel we're looking at Chopper himself and not just an actor doing an imitation of Chopper, by bringing a true sense of humanity to this man.
I'm sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to bloody scare you.
Andrew Dominik directs Chopper in a very unapologetically raw piece of filmmaking. That's also a vivid and stylish character study of this man both narratively and visually that keeps you fully engaged in the world of Chopper. Now, if you're no stranger to Second Sight, then you know very well Second Sight never disappoints, and Chopper is absolutely no exception. The new 2023 2K restoration from the original camera negative is incredible. The color reproduction brings the film back to its original color design as envisioned by the filmmakers, with all the prison scenes being the starkly cold or steely blue with a greenish hue to it, while exteriors have an almost oversaturated or overly lit look to evoke the world Chopper lives in. And Second Sight faithfully retains this look. This is an incredibly impressive Blu-ray where details are sharply visible with added depth and three-dimensionality, giving a truer life look to the image. Black levels are deep and inky, drawing out more information in the image, and grain is fully intact here, maintaining the film's raw, gritty filmic appearance. This is just a stellar Blu-ray from Second Sight. Alright, so I'm getting Second Sight's release of Chopper on Blu-ray, a video and audio quality of a 5 out of 5. This is region locked. So if you don't already have a region free player, you're definitely going to need one to watch this if you're outside of a region B area. Alright, let's take a minute and take a look at the new special features. It includes a new 2023 audio commentary from film historian Alexandra Heller-Nichols. It also includes archival commentary tracks by director Andrew Dominik and a secondary commentary with Mark Chopper Reed himself. And we have 3 new 2023 interviews with director Andrew Dominik, who talks about casting Eric Bana as Chopper and what they had to go through with the production and also the release of the film. And we have an interview from the film's composer talking about the use of sound in the film and music as well, and also the film's editor. And we have more archival featurettes, behind the scenes, deleted scenes, and of course, we always have the theatrical trailer. Alright guys, well thanks so much for hanging out with me and talking about Chopper. If you guys haven't seen this movie, this is actually the first time I've seen it, and I was blown away by the film. So if you've never seen Chopper, this is definitely one to check out. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to Second Sight for sending us this box set. And as always, keep physical media alive, and we'll see you next time.